It is a world unseen by the naked eye, yet it is everywhere. Imagine taking a plastic bottle, a shopping bag, a piece of clothing, and breaking it down into tiny, tiny pieces. These pieces, smaller than a grain of rice, are what we call microplastics. They are minute fragments of plastic, less than 5 millimeters in length. They are the dust of our modern world, a consequence of the vast quantities of plastic we produce and discard every single day. These are not a different material. They are simply the ghosts of larger plastic items, broken but not gone. They persist, silently accumulating in places they should never be. There are two main kinds of these tiny invaders. The first are primary microplastics. Think of tiny beads in face washes or plastic pellets, known as nurdles. The second kind are secondary microplastics, formed when larger items degrade under sunlight, wind, and waves into ever smaller fragments. They are the legacy of our convenience, spreading from our homes to every corner of the planet. The journey of a microplastic particle into our food and water is complex and troubling. It often begins on land. When it rains, water flows over our streets, our farms, and our industrial areas. This runoff picks up everything in its path: clothing fibers, particles from car tires, and fragments of broken-down litter. It moves through drains, streams, and rivers, carrying microplastics toward the sea. Many particles remain suspended, drifting with currents across vast distances. Mistaken for food, they enter the food chain, tiny fish to larger fish, to wildlife, and ultimately to us. Microplastics are also in soils, where plants can absorb particles through their roots. That places plastics inside the very tissues of the foods we harvest and eat. Both tap and bottled water can contain microplastics. Treatment plants are not built to stop particles this small, and bottles can shed particles too. It is a cycle of our own making: land to water, water to life, and back to our tables. The sheer scale of microplastic pollution is difficult to comprehend. It is a global phenomenon that respects no borders. Scientists estimate there are trillions upon trillions of particles afloat, equivalent to hundreds of thousands of tons of plastic. By 2050, the weight of ocean plastic could exceed the weight of all fish. We are on a direct course for this reality today. From Arctic ice to pristine mountain air, even down into the Mariana Trench, no ecosystem is untouched. A recent study suggests we may ingest around 5 grams per week, roughly the weight of a credit card. We are, in effect, eating our own waste. Commercial sea salt often contains microplastics. Evaporating seawater concentrates them. Mussels, oysters, and other shellfish filter huge volumes of seawater and can accumulate plastics in their tissues. Even beverages, plastic tea bags, can release billions of particles into a cup, and beer and bottled water can carry microplastics too. The potential effects of this constant exposure are a major cause for concern. For wildlife, plastic can injure, block digestion, and cause starvation. Plastics contain additives for color and flexibility. Some chemicals can leach into bodies, and particles can also soak up other pollutants. Microplastics have been found in human blood, in lungs, and even in placentas. Long-term impacts remain unclear. Could they trigger inflammation or disrupt hormones over a lifetime? The questions are urgent. We are running a global experiment on ourselves. We cannot sieve oceans or soils at this scale. Solutions start at the source. Governments and industry must invest in waste systems, innovate true biodegradables, and phase out single-use plastics. Policies should hold producers responsible for a product's full life cycle. Individual actions, multiplied by millions, drive big change. Refuse single-use items. Reuse bottles and cups. Choose loose produce and natural fibers. Capture microfibers in laundry. Our planet's health, and our own, depends on the choices we make now.